Hello guys, and welcome to episode 2 of my Total War Warhammer campaign, playing as the Beastmen on very hard difficulty, and today we are continuing after destroying Middenland in the first episode. So now what we have to do is move on and destroy the other 2 settlements in this province. But first of all, let's move Goros back into Nordland to raid that for some extra income to offset against our upkeep. But other than that, I think everything was done for this turn, so we'll probably just move straight on to the next one. Now what's quite common with the Beastmen is we do skip turns quite a lot because there isn't much management to do on each turn. But either way, with our turn complete, let's jump Morghur into raiding stance so that he gains some more bestial raid. It's only going to be +1, but every little helps. And we're going to move down Goros Heartrender towards Salzenmund. There we go. So that's our armies moved again, and another skip turn. So next turn we will hit the next settlement pretty hard. Nordland have united against us, so we're going to have to be wary about that. Goros Heartrender has leveled up, so we'll give him gargantuan hooves. And what we're going to do now is move towards Salzenmund, and Morghur can attack it. And here we go. So, since we actually have a very depleted unit of Ungor Herd, we will probably have to play this out on the battle map, just so that we don't lose the unit. So let's quick save it and fight. So here we are. What I'm going to do is just start the battle straight away, let our reinforcements come in. We don't have any artillery, so they aren't going to run towards us. Right, we'll have the Ungor Raiders come over and join our own. Might keep them relatively close together in terms of formation. And we'll make sure that the rest of our units are running over here. I'll probably group them up with these Ungor Herd and Morghur. Also our Chaos Spawn and our Gorbel. And we'll line them up as a separate group. Probably group up these Ungor Raiders. Then all of the other units can line up behind as a third group. Basically all the depleted units. Just speed things up so that our men get into position, and then we will approach our enemy. So the idea for me is just to use the Ungor Raiders to delete the crossbowmen, and then we will focus on their infantry. Like our Gorbel, also Goros Heartrender and Morghur can probably absolutely delete units on their own, so I'll probably let them do so. Okay, so our units are in position. Let's just run forwards the Raiders, and I'll probably give them targets now. Don't really mind if they overlap a little, because their missile fire will just be too much for the enemy. Then we'll run forwards our other units. I might get these guys to spread out a bit just because they're getting very close together. But as soon as they can fire away. And what we're also going to do is put them all into skirmish. Alright, come on men, fire away. Really need to delete the crossbowmen as quickly as possible. Let's get our generals to run forwards and engage the spearmen with shields. I might also get the Chaos Spawn to run forwards as well. Then we'll have a couple of Ungor Spearhead join. Might get the Ungor Herd to join on the right. Then we'll have a couple of Ongor Spearhead. Take care of the centre. Alright, let's move forwards these Ongor. Going to take them off skirmish, and we'll make sure that they are attacking the crossbowmen. Okay, these two units of Ongor can move over to the left. I need to take them all off skirmish now, so they actually do what I want them to do. Alright, we got rid of the crossbowmen, that's good. Okay, let's just do a bit of crossfire, try and get into those swordsmen there. Morghur needs to be fully engaged. This Gorball is just running down these spearmen. I love it. Okay, and with that, that's victory. Just a nice quick one. We're going to end the battle before we take any friendly fire. And not too many losses, that wasn't too bad. Took a little bit of damage onto the Chaos Spawn, although it seems that they actually regenerated more than anything. I don't know if they can regenerate. Either way, decisive victory. The settlement is ours, and what we're going to do is raise and defile Weissmund. Do they have regeneration? No, they don't. But I don't know, it seems that they have more health than when they started. Either way, Morghur did level up, and what we're going to go for now is probably Blessed by Evil. I think this is a really good skill to have on any horde, just because the sooner you have it, the more you benefit. So at the moment you get -3 upkeep for all units, and once you max it out you get -15%, which is fantastic. So we're going to max that out on both hordes first of all, and make use of that throughout the campaign. Our Gorball also leveled up, so we've got to decide what we want to do here. I'm not going to get the Strength of Land. It will either be the Unrelenting Warherd or one of these two at the bottom. The Best of the Beast gives us extra leadership for the entire army, which is really nice. But the Vast Unending Warherd also gives us extra recruitment cost reduction, which will stack with the skill that we have on the hordes themselves. And that can go to -18% and also give us +3 unit experience for all unit recruits. So if we get this sooner than later, it would be incredibly useful throughout the campaign. Again, to save money, and then also to get the extra unit experience from the get-go, really. So I think what we're going to do is probably go for the Vast Unending Warherd. I can also use this between armies, so I can obviously move the Gorball from one army to another and use that to help recruit in both armies. For this turn we're going to move on Goros Heartrender towards Carberg, and Carberg is our next target now. Our technology is finished in the next turn. Let's just end the turn and see what happens. So Ostland has united against us now, and Grizzly Trophies has been complete, so we get extra 5 leadership when fighting against humans. The Dark Moon. Moslieb is ascendant, usurping the sun's revered place in the firmament. The world is awash with its sick and terrible hue. Such an event is almost unheard of. It is a call to the Beastmen, a sign that the herd has an opportunity to dominate. Lead them, Beastlord. Seize glory. So what we can do is either get 1/1 Falls, which basically replenishes all our units. We can get extra campaign map movement range. We can get extra Bestial Rage for 3 turns, plus 10 for 3 turns. Or we can get extra Horde Growth, but none of my units will replenish. For 6 turns. Wow, that's pretty crazy. I think what we're going to do is go for Ruinous Incentive. That will spawn us a Bray Herd pretty quickly, actually. Especially after we take Carberg. So yeah, let's go for Ruinous Incentive. We get extra upkeep for all units, which is going to make us suffer quite a lot. But we should be okay. Can Goros actually attack this turn? No, he can't. Okay. So what we're going to do is move up both our armies into enemy territory. I'm probably just going to move up Morghur in the normal stance so that he can reinforce Goros. As for our next technology, well, I think what we're going to do is probably go for extra horde growth actually, straight away. I would go for the extra income from raiding plus 15%, but the extra plus 3 horde growth is really nice to offset some of the events that occur for the Beastmen that I've seen so far when I played my preliminary campaigns. So I think we're going to do that. So that's everything done for this turn. We'll move on to the next one, and Carberg will hopefully be destroyed. Although Emperor Karl Franz is looking scary.
Consider making camp.
Alright, so I guess we're still going to go for this attack. I really want to destroy Carberg and destroy Middenland once and for all. So, just got to work out how I'm going to do this, because at the moment, pretty sure Emperor Karl Franz could attack us and chase us in one turn. But our Bray Herd does spawn very shortly. Right, let's attack Carberg. And we'll make sure to get rid of this. Hopefully, we can then run away from Emperor Karl Franz. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. If it doesn't, we pretty much lose the campaign, but let's go ahead, quick save this and fight it on the battle map. Okay. So, since there is a pretty small army ahead of us, what I'm actually going to do is move forward the Ungor Raiders. So they do start pretty much in range. I'm going to have the rest of my units line up in the forest. And we'll start the battle. So they actually started back in the far right. So we're going to start by moving forwards my forces into this forest. Okay, let's just speed things up. Let our reinforcements arrive. And then we can destroy them for good. So just need these fellas to hurry up. Goros Heartrender running over with his little horde. And then we can get all of the raiders together to advance on their missile forces. So they're almost here. Let's group up all of our raiders. And we'll move them forwards. Then what we're going to do is make sure that they engage the crossbowmen at the front there. And then what we're going to do is have all of our units charge out of the forest. So goodbye crossbowmen, we'll give them a second volley and then we'll retreat. Right, so we're going to split these raiders either side, and we'll have our Ungor herd run through and engage. Okay, awesome. Right, let's now target the Free Company militia there. I'm going to move around the raiders in the trees. We're also going to have the Harpies come and destroy those crossbowmen for us. Where's Goros? He is doing a great job by the looks of things. Alright, so we'll target the crossbowmen on the far right then. Do have Rudy coming in though to spoil the day. I'm going to put my men on to skirmish. Also, from this position, the Ungor raiders, once they've dealt with the crossbowmen, can shoot into the back of these melees, which is great. Let's get the Chaos Warhounds to sneak through and start attacking as well. Bring in the rest of these units to just charge forwards. I'm really surprised how slowly those Ungors are firing. Go on, fire away, men. Sort them out. Full volleys, please. That's more like it. Right, so these guys can now flank around and shoot into the back of the sword infantry. And we'll do the same with these chaps. It's hopefully not very close to losing any units. Looks like so far so good. Ungor raiders though got 3 shots into the back of them. It's going to kill off so many of them. The Gorball having a good time there as well. There we go. Gorball's job is done. So run him across. And let the raiders finish off these men. And that is job done. So I'm not sure how many losses we will have taken, but hopefully not too many. We're going to get our leaders to take on their leader, who is just here. And we'll just speed things up until he routs. He's nearly gone. There we go, he's gone. So that's a decisive victory, and that will delete the army in that province, or in that settlement. We lost another 300 of our herd, which is unfortunate, but necessary in order to destroy Middenland once and for all. So we are going to raise and defile Carberg as well, and we got Hates Human trait for Morghur. Middenland is destroyed. Fabulous. And with that, our change per turn in terms of Bray herds is going to be very high. We're going to pop out a Bray herd at the end of this turn, hopefully. So Suizgor can continue with the vast unending war herd, and Goros can go for Blessed by Evil now. And with that, what we're going to do is probably use a hidden encampment with Goros, and we'll end the turn. So Emperor Khalfran's actually not going to want a piece of that, and it's going to move away. Nordland are heading down here with their army. And the Brayherd has appeared. Okay, so kind of just need to take a breath because that was very close. I kind of expected Emperor Karl-Franz to come and destroy Morghur, like, once and for all, and us lose the campaign straight away. But that did not happen, so we are good. And we shall carry on back north to destroy Nordland. So, first things first, we need to get rid of this army, Theodoric Gjausa. So, I guess what we'll do is tell our Brayherd to go and attack Theodoric. Because what else could we tell them to do? Maybe we could go and destroy Eilhart. Does that work? No. We have to declare war on them. So we can only target things that we haven't declared war on. See, I would tell the Brayherd to attack this army. But I feel as though... that's not going to work. Quite simply. He'll probably just lose the army. He does have Bestigor Herd. Like, there's quite a good amount of units in there. I wish you could, like, almost attach them to your armies. So you could use them as reinforcements. Maybe we just tell it to go attack Theodoric, and then we can use Morghur and Goros to finish them off. So, how are we going to do this? I kind of want to move towards them, but I'm not sure if, like... I'm not sure if the Brayherd goes before Nordland in terms of the order, because if they do go before, then moving Morghur into a position where he can reinforce would be a great idea. We can also move Goros Heartrender up here, and then have the Brayherd smash into Theodoric. Let's try that. Please, Brayherd. Okay, so the Brayherd did attack them, but they were forced to retreat. Interesting.
My lord, a rival power desires a change in your mutual relations.
Okay, so the Red Horde tribe offering me a non-aggression pact. We are actually going to decline that because the non-aggression pacts actually reduce bestial rage, so we don't really need to bother with that for now. Winds of Pain though. Winds of Magic power plus 20 for armies of all factions. Wow. The world yields to those who master the winds of magic. Great bolts from the heavens scour souls from bodies, whilst raging torrents of fire rend the very flesh from bone. Magic can rip enemies into a dozen pieces or leave nothing but an ugly bloodstain where they once stood. The power granted by the cataclysm many eons ago can be harnessed now to bring ruin and destruction upon our enemies. All those who feel the pull of magic feel it grow as the world festers under chaos's ruinous gaze. Their need to ravage grows stronger and stronger by the hour. Alright, so let's just grab our forces and we'll go into raiding stance and head north. We will have the target change now to Dieterschafen, and we'll end the turn. So the Brayherd keeping up with us at the moment. And our Brayherd has mobilised into the heart of dark. One of your Bray shamans, one of some renown, wishes to leave the herd and make a journey to the heart of the dark. Do you wish to allow this pilgrimage? I think we will allow it for the extra chaos corruption. And there is the Jagged Horn tribe by Middenland. That's pretty cool. Let's continue onwards with our armies, and there's going to be some nice raiding income there. Finally getting income as opposed to deficit. Let's continue on to the next turn. Our Brayherd following us. Extra follower gained for Morghur and Blasphemy. Although you have scored a victory most vicious, enemy reinforcements are on their way and will doubtless overrun this position. There is precious little time. Do we loot the wealth from the corpses or defile their shrines? There is not a time for both. So I think what we'll do is take the extra cash, just because we are running a bit precarious on our upkeep at the moment. Let's go for Blessed by Evil now, on to Morghur, the extra upkeep reduction, and we will continue to head towards Dieterschiffen. Okay, let's end the turn. Now Brayherd going to be following us up. And honestly, I might get the Brayherd to target Salzenmund. Mission issued, locking horns. Only the true beast would consider raiding these lands. A swift victory will say much about your worth to the other beast lords. So we've got to raid a region to any of the following enemies of the Redhorn tribe. So Estalia, Paravon, Arquilon, or the Wood Elves. Yeah, we're good. Probably not going to do that. Yeah, let's change the Brayherd target to Salzenmund, because this turn we're going to be destroying Dieterschiffen. Okay, so let's move on here. And I think Goros is in range to reinforce. Hopefully he is. Should be. Yeah, good. Okay. So we're going to do the same as normal. We're going to have to take this onto the battle map just because we're running with such depleted units. Let's give the blasted standard to just one of our Ungor Spearmen herd. Although that's missile parry with shield, I believe. Yeah, which is kind of pointless since we don't have any shielded units. But either way, we're going to quick save this and jump in and fight it on the battle map. And here we are. So, let's just start the battle straight away as usual. Speed things up. Have our units join us. We will get the Ungor Raiders all move together. We're going to be doing this quite often throughout the campaign, by the way, guys. So please bear with me. Destroying these garrisons, it's important that we do them as best we can so that we retain as many units as possible. As we get better units, this might not be so much of a problem, but early on in the campaign, for sure, it seems as though our units are pretty weak, honestly. So we're just going to run forwards with all of our men. Let's just group up the Ungor Raiders. And we'll have them continue forwards. Okay, the rest of our units can follow up behind. Okay, we'll have 3 units target the crossbowmen on the right, and 4 the crossbowmen on the left. So since this is a very open battlefield, we can actually do a lot of damage to these crossbowmen. What we're going to do is just start the charge straight away. We have Goros Heartrender move towards these spearmen with shields. We'll have the Chaos Spawn and so on attack the center. And what I'm also going to do is make sure that these are all skirmishing so they don't get hit by the Spin with shields. So the crossbowman very dead. Let's make sure our gore ball gets involved. And we'll have the harpies go and destroy the crossbowman for us. Okay, I'm pretty sure the Ungor raiders are happy to find their own targets. These harpies should finish off those crossbowmen nicely. How's Morghur doing? Well, he's currently regenerating, which is nice. Those Chaos Spawn absolutely decimated that sword infantry. And that is victory. Okay, we'll end it there. That was a lot cleaner than our other one at the beginning of the episode. I think it's mainly due to terrain though, because it was very much in the open. We could get our volleys onto the crossbowmen easily. Plenty of loot gained. And I think honestly we might loot and raise. Although maybe raising and defiling would be a better idea. Yeah, we'll go for raise and defile. Because that spreads chaos corruption quicker in the province, and that might help us with causing attrition to enemy forces in the province, which is definitely helpful. Alright, so let's upgrade him again, and this time we're probably going to go for Presence of Morghur, just for the extra leadership effect. And Goros can continue with Blessed by Evil. And we're going to move probably Goros into enemy territory this turn to continue raiding there. May as well put Morghur back into raiding stance. Actually, what I could have done, and if I still can, well, I was going to move all of Morghur's units into Goros's army, because then we can spawn a second Bray Herd. Something we can definitely take advantage of. But unfortunately, guys, not in this episode, because it has been my time. So the next episode is going to be us attacking Salzenmund. I'm sure Theodoric is going to be coming back and defending that, so we might have a big battle on our hands. We also need to be wary of Ostland, since they are at war with us now. Hochland has taken Middenland, which is fine. I mean, as long as I've destroyed entire nations, that's what really matters. If Middenland or Hochland went and took the rest of Middenland, I wouldn't even care, because it's going to be very hard for them to defend all of that with the proportionate amount of armies that they will have. Either way, that's all, so thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.